Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you tonight for a album review for Meghan Trainor's new record, Timeless. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this 16-track record, which is almost 45 minutes long, and let you know my thoughts on the new Meghan Trainor album, Timeless. So let's dive into this album review. Now, this was an artist I know a lot of people say pretty much sucks. But honestly, with what I listened to for this record, we're going to dive into track by track and I'll break it down to what I personally thought of it. So, To the Moon is a above average track. It didn't start it off bad, but it just not my personal cup of tea, so 3.75 out of 5. Meghan Trainor's vocals have its good moments and then its weak moments for how it sounds. And give me a second, I gotta pause the video. Sorry about that, guys. Had to deal with my sister's cat for a second. He was just not listening. And if you heard that growling meow, that's what he was doing. So, To the Moon is a 3.75 out of 5. Then comes Been Like This. Worst track, honestly. One of the worst tracks on the record. It's not terrible, but it is pretty bad. It is terrible, I should say. But still. 2.5 out of 5. I just didn't like how well it was sung, and the mixing was pretty piss poor. Crowded Room was a 3 out of 5. I'm giving it. This had something going for it, but its execution was kind of mid, and it just was in the middle with me, so I didn't know how to feel about this track. So, Meghan Trainor's singing was eh. It was eh. So, 3 out of 5. Then you get the next track, Whoops, which is probably gonna get a 2.25 out of 5. Honestly, I didn't hate this song for how it sounded, and with what I listened to with this song, sorry, this cat is doing something behind my laptop. So, basically, I kind of did hate this song. To reiterate what I wanted to say, it's just I was getting distracted. So, this is one of the worst tracks on the record. Meghan Trainor's vocals don't really sync well with the track in it. She throws in some cringe liners with her singing, and the lyrics are kind of cringy from time to time, so this song doesn't flow very well. 2.25 out of 5. Crushin' featuring Lawrence, another bad track, another 2.25 out of 5 for me, for sure. I Want to Thank Me featuring Niecy Nash. This is going to get a 2.25 out of 5. I just wasn't feeling for this track. And just off the bat, it didn't mix very well. And just the way it was sounding is sounding a little saying, I want to thank me. I'm like, a little bit of narcissism there, huh, Meghan Trainor? So I'm like, okay. So, know what kind of person you are. But I don't know for sure. I never met you, and I probably don't want to meet you. For certain reasons. I'm not a fan, honestly. So, 2.25 out of 5. Love on Hold featuring T-Pain is kind of mid. I think this track had something going for it, but the execution was the main thing. So, it's a 3 out of 5 for me. Forget How to Love is a 3 out of 5 for me, too. I wanted to like this track, but the problem was the execution with how it was sounding, the track overall. So I was kind of mid about this track, in the middle with this song. So yeah, 3 out of 5. Rollin' is a bad track for how it sounds. Trying to fix this pen for a second. Pen doesn't want to write or something. So basically, Rollin' is a bad track. It didn't do very well, so this is a letdown for sure. 2.75 out of 5. I Don't Do Maybe is another bad track. Not really feeling for this one. I just think lyrically it's not very well done. And the lyrical writing is pretty cringe, and just how she's singing it is not flowing over well with me. So 2.75 out of 5. I get it. Is mid. It's a kind of meh, in my opinion. I think the track had something going for it, but the execution was the thing. I don't know if it landed very well, but it just was hit or miss. So it's 3 out of 5. Sleeping on Me is a pretty bad track. It's sadly disappointing. It tried to do something that I wish it could have been an interesting track, but I didn't like the lyrics. So they were piss poor lyrics. So 2.75 out of 5. Then you get Hate It Here. This track is a 2.75 out of 5. I felt this track had a lot of mixing issues. And it just, the electronic work with her bass stuff or whatever, I don't really give a fuck, but still, the track didn't do anything for me. And it was a total flop. So 2.75 out of 5. Then comes Bestie. This song is annoying as shit. I just can't really stand this track, and she didn't sound good vocally in this track for certain sections. It's like she sounded a little corny as hell in this track. So this is a 2.5 out of 5. Doing It All For You is going to get a 3 out of 5. I didn't hate this track, but I'm kind of mid with this one. So yeah, 3 out of 5 for this one. Then you get the closing track, Timeless, which is not a bad way to close the record. So I'd give it an average rating of a 3.5 out of 5 for Timeless. I think it had something going for it. The last two tracks were not terrible, but they were in the mid to okay range to listen through. So overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I found Meghan Trainor Timeless to be a bad album. It's very forgettable. I probably won't be coming back to this record as the year goes on. So even though it's June already, it's not a good June record, not a good summer record. I will tell you that. I mean, to each their own. If they like this record, more power to you. If you're big Meghan Trainor fans, you're gonna like this record. If not, and you kind of know where you stand with Meghan Trainor, of not being a fan and kind of cringing at her music, you're kind of on the spectrum where I'm at. So pretty much, if I were to give this record an overall score, I'm going to give Timeless by Meghan Trainor a 5 out of 10. It's not very good. I was sadly disappointed. I felt very uninterested with this record as it went through. I was like, man, 45 minutes of this record? Jeez, it's bad. It's not mixed very well. The lyrical writing is pretty piss poor. And just, she needs to improve on her music a lot more. So, basically, 5 out of 10 for Meghan Trainor Timeless, her new album. Thank you for watching this album review tonight.